All right, what's up, everybody? We got a couple of Q&As for you guys. We're going to answer some questions that were left in the comments section as we requested you guys to. Part of this podcast is we're real. Obviously, you see those guys be real with me every time you watch an episode. And I'm usually no less than real with you guys when I do interviews and things of the such. So what we want to do with those questions is get us as real as you want to get. And I know somebody asked a question about how we met, we'll even answer that. We'll answer whatever you guys want to ask to the best of our abilities. And if by chance it's something we are uncomfortable with, we will address that and let you know we are not comfortable with.
I answer it.
The first one right here is an audio. Let me play this audio for you guys real quick, and then we will just jump into the rest. All good?
Mm-hmm. All good.
And fellas, feel free to jump in when you can.
Of course. Okay.
Yo, what's up, guys? This is Alex from Long Beach, and I just want to say I'm a big fan of your guys' podcast. Shout out to Ant. Shout out to Carson with the throwback soccer jerseys, man. And obviously, shout out to Shawn Porter, the champ. My question is a little bit more on the psychological side. Shawn, how do you feel leading up to the moment where you're walking into the ring? What is the fitting room atmosphere like? What do you do to ground yourself when you're going through those cocktail of emotions? I'm sure it can get pretty intense. But yeah, man, that's my question. Just wanted to see how you deal with it. And I know every fighter has different, things they do, but thank you guys.
Excellent question right there from Alex.
Great question.
Yeah. I'm going to tell a quick story. I don't remember if I told this story before, but it's going to pretty much segue into who I am now as a fighter. I think I was about 18-0 or 19-0, and I had a fight down in Oklahoma. It was Miami, Oklahoma. They don't pronounce it Miami, even though it's spelled Miami. Anyway, this fight, I had to share a locker room with no other than Ant the Dog, Anthony Darrell. And we, at this point in my career, we were always just really mellow. We being my team, specifically me and my dad, just my dad and I, really mellow, gospel music. We not talking too much. We not saying too much. We definitely ain't jumping around, nothing like that. And we're in the little room. I mean, I'm talking about maybe like 10 by 10 all the way around. It was a small room. And we just thought the room was to ourselves. And we getting in our mode, doing our thing, and then out of nowhere, here come Ant Dog with his boombox and his team, and just came in and made the room way liver than what it was. And I remember looking at my dad at first, thinking like, "Yo, you gonna tell them to quiet down, anything like that?" My dad let them do their thing. However, my dad was looking at me. He said to me, "He says, this is the last time we share a locker room with anybody. We're not doing this again." I looked at my dad. Said, "Well, you know what? I kind of liked it, because it just was a different atmosphere than I had been used to." And I felt like, but prior to him coming into the locker room and making it liver than what it was, I felt like when I had a moment to reflect on it, I was like, you know what? I'm too tight. Like before a fight. I get it serious, but like loosen up. Let's have a little bit of fun. And now, I mean, people come to the back room when they want, not when they want, but certain people, selective individuals can come to the back room and see me. Before I fought EJ, Errol Spence, Bobby Brown came to the locker room. Now, prior to this situation with Ant the Dog, I probably wouldn't have been comfortable with something like that, but Ant showed me to relax, have a good time. It's all good, and go out there and do your thing. It doesn't matter, you can loosen up and have fun. And so now I do carry a much looser ship leading into the ring. And man, once I get on my way leaving the locker room, that's like one of the more special moments for me in the world, not just in the moment of fighting, but like truly like one of the more special moments for me is going out to the ring, because that's kind of the here I am moment. And that's the moment where everybody gets to see me. And it's a moment where I really get to look up and see everybody. And it doesn't matter if you came from me, the opponent, somebody on the undercard, anything like that. In my mind, you're here to see me. And even if I see or hear boos, people thumb downs, all that kind of stuff, I'm like, yeah, you'll be liking me in a minute. You know what I mean? So that for me is one of the more special moments. I do imagine that a lot of fighters are a little bit tighter knit than Ant the Dog was. I mean, he was loud and live, and he made it fun, man. And he gave me an experience of a lifetime because I actually changed the way I do things based on what he did, and that was like more than half my career ago.
In my mind, he was playing "Ain't No Future in Your Frontin'" by MC Breed, fellow Flint native.
Nah, he was.
RP. Another question was,
shout out to Ant the Dog.
Yeah, no doubt. Another question was just simply, how much cardio do you typically do in a week?
Most people think that we're up at 5 o'clock in the morning running 10 and 12 miles. I've never done that a day in my life. I've never gotten up at 5 o'clock to do anything unless I wanted to. Training wise, we're on the track twice a week, and we run long distance twice a week. And long distance is 3 miles, 4 miles. If I don't tell my dad or Larry Wade and I'm feeling good and I want to run, I'm running 5 miles. But there's through the course of a camp, I'm never running more than 3 or 4 miles at one time. So that's something I think a lot of fighters are missing too. The way my dad puts it is, why run 7 to 10 miles at a slow pace when the fight isn't a long, slow pace? Yeah. It's a long, fast pace, which is why we do a lot of track work.
Okay. Pop C from YouTube. His question is, do you think boxing will ever go back to the old traditional style? And will boxers take more risks? And if not, do you think this version is here to stay?
You know what? I think what we're seeing right now, I think there's a trend, a new trend going around the sport of boxing, which I think really just answers that question in itself. We're seeing a lot of young fighters become champions really quickly, and we're seeing a lot of young fighters challenging and wanting to fight, whether that's a champion or another young fighter. And I think that boxing is going to start to trend that way, where we're going to see champions at a much younger age, and we're going to see guys get in the ring with stiffer competition much sooner than a lot of guys do when they're upwards to 20-0 or so. We're going to see it a lot sooner. So I do think that that's something that's that trend is going to last, and it's going to become the way boxing is.
And I'm down for that.
And I got another question. Carson, can you give out your Twitter? People want to know your Twitter.
Did they? I saw they were asking for yours. Mine's
you too.
Yeah, mine's just Carson A. Merk.
And mine is Ant with 2 T's, 702. Yeah. All platforms.
Yeah.
Why 2 T's?
Extra talented. T's for extra talented.
Yeah.
Mine's Carson A. Merk. Real name, no gimmicks.
And we at 8 minutes right quick. So let's go ahead and tell them how you met me. That was one of the questions. How did we all meet? Go ahead.
I was at a gym with another guy, boxer you guys probably know, named DeAndre Lattimore. Boxer outside. I think he was from
Any relation
Missouri?
to Kenny Lattimore?
Missouri.
Yeah. So he was there at the gym boxing, talking to Shawn. He introduced me to Shawn. Shawn's like, somehow me and Shawn got on the story of fantasy football. And I was like, yeah, it's my first year. Yeah. And then we exchanged numbers, and one thing led to another.
Carson, do you know what I told him? Did you ever hear the story? You know what I told him?
I think so. And Shawn notoriously terrible at fantasy.
Yeah, I said, yo, take my number, man. I'll help you with your fantasy.
That was my first year. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was
nobody worse.
That was like I had been out here about a year and a half at that point, and I was starving to do anything other than be at the gym all day, every day, or be at home with my dad all day, every day. And I saw an opportunity right there to just talk some football and possibly do something a little different. And we've been friends ever since. I think that was 2014.
Yeah.
And then Carson, we go way back.
Yeah. You became quick friends with my cousin Dare. And then I was obviously around there. I was in 8th grade when we met, and you would have been a junior, and then obviously went to high school together. I was the one that had Shawn and multiple cousins and my sister as well, all at the high school. They were seniors. I was a freshman, so I got roughed up a little bit in the hallways. But now, we've known each other since I was a young man.
All right, y'all. That was the Q&A. Please, man, we enjoy being able to interact with y'all. So leave more questions.
Twitter,
and we will do the best we can to
Instagram,
answer
YouTube,
them.
Yeah.
and the link in the bio on the YouTube videos.
Boom,
Anything you
all
need
that.
to know, just ask us, baby. We got answers. We got answers.
All of them will be to Shawn. Don't ask us anything.
Ask me something, baby.
All right, y'all. God bless. Don't tell me you didn't enjoy what you saw, because I know you did. What you need to do now, hit that subscribe button, hit the like, hit that notification button. Check us out every week, every Tuesday, something new for you right here on the Porter Way Podcast.